Round 16 match between Green Buffaloes and Kitwe United, and much troubled Kitwe United against an equally troubled, both under pressure to improve. Again has beat task as Samu and Piri expected to form that formation. Not bad, but its expectations wholly in covering goalkeeper Chingambo. And that goes interpret instructions that have been given, and that is nothing short of having a victory this afternoon here at Sunset Stadium. As we get underway, Green Buffaloes, well, without having to mention it, in green, and Kitwe United in your red and black outfit. So joined by Makondo Mugando from Touchline Analysis. I'm Franklin Temple Jr. Do stay with us right here on your World of Champions as we witness what could potentially be disappointment for Green Buffaloes if they don't live up to expectations, or indeed elation on the part of Kitwe United if they do their job right. So who will it be? Who will have the mental strength to outdo the other this afternoon? It's a question we ask week in, week out, but perhaps it's most important today.
A lot more important today because both teams are in a spot of bother. Would you believe that these teams would be separated by only one place, with Green Buffaloes in 16th and Kitwe United at 18th, with that many games played for both sides, and especially for Green Buffaloes, this is a spot they're not familiar to. So of course the coaching staff and the players alike have a lot of pressure on their hands to get this once great team out of that particular position on the log.
And when you say once great team, you mean both teams, right?
Well, at least Green Buffaloes have won the league in the last 40 years, and for Kitwe United, yeah, a lot of noise, great fans, not that much silverware to show for it.
Okay, so maybe this is the afternoon to try and chalk points as the quest to remain in the Super League is much alive at this stage of the Super League, and it's all about minimizing errors in the very early stages. And talking about early stages, we welcome back the Chipolo Polo.
Yeah, quite a somber reception, you would say, and ceremoniously booted out at the quarterfinal stage by the defending champions. And we did expect somewhat of a better showing by them, but I'm sure a lot of teams are now happy that their star players are back within their folds.
Well, could take consolation, even the hosts were eliminated. But that's not how the game should go. Okay, so home front, it's Kitwe United with intention or early quest and opportunity to get in something positive from this set piece. Headed out. And Green Buffaloes to mount what could be the first real attack. But offside call there. You need to check your lines.
He should have actually let that go, because it looks like Robert Chama was going to run onto it very well. So Kingsley Mukuka, just not aware that he was in an offside position, should have actually been inactive in that position.
Well, it's nice to be active, but it's nice to be selective as well. A quest here, this a bit promising. Good attempt. You can tell what Kitwe United want to do. And they will try as much as possible to be as possessive as they possibly can. Running out of space there. Throw into Green Buffaloes. The grip on the match, not yet. Early stages for the soldiers. Captain of the side, pumping the ball forward. No room for mistake here. And the goalkeeper in Hapson Chingambo asking his defenders to face the ball.
Yes, and that's just like asking them for a lot of concentration. And of course, Weta and Moses Lolozi in central defense, a lot of work will be asked of them. We need to be very, very alert today in dealing with Green Buffaloes.
Wounded Buffalo, it's got to be said, looking to get out of where they are. Super Log not looking pretty at all as Kitwe United push forward, looking the part at the moment, being able to string some interesting passes. Only now does the system break down and Buffaloes take over, and out the ball goes from Buffalo's trouble. Free kick.
Martin Peary there gesturing that the referee should be cautioning Holly Songwe there, but I think it's early in the game, and I'm sure Audrey Nkole will just have a word with the Kitwe United midfielder.
The Soldiers with set piece, and having a little interesting discussion about how set pieces to many teams that really know how to work them out are an advantage. And here comes the ball. That's interesting, and goalkeeper saves the situation. That was going in. Very good reflexes from goalkeeper, and he continues shouting at his defenders for exposing him. Still pressure not going completely. Only now those Buffaloes failed to weave that for more danger. And Kitwe United already looking vulnerable.
Yes, they were. Good header from the captain, Jilimba Monga. But again, pressure on Kitwe United. But then Jack Chirwa just miscontrols that ball. And looks like Kitwe United are somewhat shell-shocked now, and really trying as much as possible to come up with a reply of their own.
Well, it's going to looks like it's going to be a very long day as Green Buffaloes get into the game with every passing minute, allowing Kitwe United in the early stages to just enjoy a little bit of possession. But as it is, delayed call there.
Yeah.
To just enjoy a little bit of possession, but as it is, delayed call there.
Yeah, the flag did go up on time, yes, from of course Messi Zulu, but it was just referee Audrey Nkole who took his time. But again, Martin Peary guilty of not converting that particular chance. Brilliantly weighted free kick to the far post from Jack Chirwa, picking out Jilimba Monga. Excellently weighted header into the path of Martin Peary. You can see it's something from the training ground. Jilimba Monga, good header, but then Martin Peary, not contested. There was no defender close to him. He fails to make the right contact on him, and that should have seen Green Buffaloes taking the lead. This tells you the problems that Green Buffaloes have had be in front of goal, but Hafson Chingambu having words for his defenders, coming out big with that particular save and keeping Kitwe United in this game as it is.
Well, certainly does that good job in that sense. Free kick to Kitwe United as Charles Walia is brought down. Kativa, the guilty one, quickly gets away from the scene of the crime.
There's going to be a lot asked of Mike Kativa today with his defensive capabilities, especially when Green Buffaloes don't have the ball.
Walia's ball. Green Buffaloes trying to look the part there with quick-looking Kingsley Mukuka. Looks like it's going to be an interesting prospect to watch. This is Katiba. Doesn't hold on to the ball. Green Buffaloes trying to dictate play with decisive passes. Siame.
You can see what Green Buffaloes are trying to do. They're trying to stretch the defense of Kitwe United and trying to pick out Martin Peary in his run more times than not. So looks like Friday Samu is going to play in the support role, and Martin Peary is clearly the one leading the line today in attack for Green Buffaloes. Hasn't really impressed as we thought he would, Martin Peary, since dawning on the green of Green Buffaloes.
Whereas a lot of potential, Martin Peary's got to get it off and start making things happen in actuality. A lot of good runs in the right spaces, knows where to go when not in possession, but lets himself down in the final third. Throw in Green Buffaloes. Last, well, the positioning certainly not very good, but Buffaloes don't really make good use of that throw in. An effort is skewed. Goalkeeper will have no problem with that.
Kitwe United have been very, very brave as they try to play the ball out of defense. And might be made to pay though.
Nil-nil is the state as we chase the first 10 minutes of the match. Green Buffaloes perhaps with the best chance of scoring thus far, but it also produced the best goalkeeping reflexes from Hefson Chingambo.
The current coach of Kitwe United, Ernest Kofi, no stranger to the technical bench of Kitwe United, of course, was hugely responsible for seeing them get promoted after that very long hiatus from Super League action. In the 2016 season, and they won promotion into the 2017 season. Of course, head coach duties were taken up by Steven Wansa thereafter. But he's bounced back, so hoping he's done himself good with regards some new footballing ideas in the last 3-4 years that he's been absent from the technical bench.
Well, there's a stage for that to be seen, to show. And so far, no damage done as Green Buffaloes still continue searching. Here comes the ball. The goalkeeper is good. No real challenge. Quickly rolls it. It's Kitwe United with an overlapping coming from the back now. Now Edward Lungu keeps on going. Charles Walia for the throw in for Kitwe United. Certainly a foul there from Chiboni. So far, it does look like Kitwe United can have breaks through those. They just find themselves in good numbers in the final third. Right in front of the ref. There's no way that was going to go unnoticed.
And it's a challenge from Weta Boleka. Just lack of awareness there from Green Buffaloes, not anticipating any mistake. They could have actually capitalized on that as Kitwe United are provided with a chance to attack.
Samu's pass is good. This is a good promise. Referee won't take that. But man down here for Green Buffaloes.
It's going to be a Kitwe United throw, but it's Robert Chama who had made that adventurous run into the 18-yard box of Kitwe United. Good play it was, and played through by Kingsley Mukoka. Just a little too much weight on it, and there was the cover run, of course, coming through from Boleka, who got to the ball first.
Musonda, and he should be okay. Didn't look like very bad damage to him, did it?
No, it didn't look like it was too much in it. Just an expected strain, especially in grass this long. Of course, Sunset Stadium is legendary for having grass that is a little longer than the conventional length that a lot of players and coaches would be comfortable with.
We've heard all sorts of stories, teams opting not to play here because...
No, actually, interesting. Before he did the interview with Coach Kofi, actually saw him measuring with his finger just how much thicker the grass was than it should be. So it does show you at almost every team when they come here, Sunset Stadium, it's always the length, the heaviness of the pitch that's bothering them.
Well, so far, they shouldn't be anything to complain about. But the game is far, far from ending. Never know what other experiences will have been had, considering or having the pitch with everything that goes with it. Monga's ball is good. Finds Musonda, who is challenged. It's going to be a throw in. Kitwe United doing everything to keep Buffaloes at bay. Mistake, and United can take advantage. This calls for some running, but a little bit heavy. But will the ball be in place? It was just a bit too unmeasured, that pass.
An unnecessarily long ball, and yes, you would see maybe he was hoping that his teammate in Edward Lungu would actually latch on to that, but it was good interchange of passes. The short passing game for Kitwe United is really working for them, and especially when they're attacking on their left side, because they're trying to exploit the fact that Mike Kativa is not a natural right back. So that's something obviously that Coach Kofi has seen that they should exploit. So the more they poke holes in that particular part of Green Buffalo's defense, I think they could come up successful at some point.
It's all about consistency and hitting the same place until it hurts. What an interesting setup it would be if Kitwe United scored first. But in the meantime, it's Green Buffaloes in search of that very first goal. Monga. Very tight spot there from Kingsley Mukoka. A little bit ambitious.
Would you forgive me, Franklin, if I said you can see that there's still some powerness in Mukoka's style of play?
Absolutely.
The short passing game still very trademark of the way Kingsley Mukoka has shown himself already in the opening minutes.
Now here is, well, it looked like a bit promising, but Mukoka was not as fast. So pressure still, because it's a throw in. It could be one of the long throws. Actually, it's a corner kick. In the background, you can see construction workers taking a break to watch some free football.
Can't pass up on some Bola Pazet any day.
So here it comes. Oh, everybody misses it.
Very poor defending from Kitwe United. And
here comes another one. And Kitwe United again for the long ball, depending on chest of the ball. Oh yes, so Edward Lungu who complained there.
Yeah, getting the better of Mike Kativa, and I think frankly it goes back to, Mike Kativa and his defensive acumen, and he actually gets a yellow card for it. Boy, I think that's rather harsh though from the referee, but nonetheless he gets the call.
I think he hugged Edward Lungu down to the ground.
He had actually been pulled back initially, so Edward Lungu doesn't get to the ball. He pulls back Mike Kativa, and Kativa trying to shield the ball, he then in turn holds back Edward Lungu. So I think the first incident is missed on Mike Kativa, but again it goes to his defensive acumen, the way he positions his body to protect the ball. He's an attacking player, yeah.
In the end, what a fall. So, oh, now could this be the moment? Surely, and yes it is. And it's Martin Peary that makes it count. And right positioning, good strike, a lot of space for him to shoot, and not being closed up as quickly as Kitwe United really ought to have. And this time, Hafsan Chingambo has no chance to stop a strike that is perfect, rightly squared, wrapped around Martin Peary's boot to give Green Buffaloes that one goal that's so important.
It's typical Route 1 football. Fred Silwamba with the big boot forward. Jack Chirwa joins in attack. It's actually Friday Samu joins in attack and tees that ball off with a nicely placed header into the path of his strike partner in Martin Peary. Lets the ball run across his body, takes a powerful left shot. Hafsan Chingambo beaten at his near post. It looks like he had covered it, the Kitwe United goalkeeper, but a brilliant shot from Martin Peary off his left foot puts Kitwe United down in this particular match, and Martin Peary doing kudos for Green Buffaloes.
And in the 19th minutes, Green Buffaloes lead through a Martin Piri goal. It's 1-0. You got to feel for Hafsan Chingambo because he would have expected a bit more distraction on Martin Piri, and it wasn't to be.
There should have been a defender who was playing closer to him, and even just the midfield as well doesn't do its defensive duties and doesn't come back in time to help its strikers. But I think you can credit Fred Chilamba. He recognizes the advantage that Green Buffaloes has. He's got a Friday Samu who's leading the line, a very good header of the ball, and Martin Piri who had led the line already. So I mean, for Fred Chilamba to opt to go for the route one, he did know that he had two good strikers up there, and one of them would win the aerial tussle, and they get results from it. So ripping dividends off that gamble there.
Well, 3 points as it is for Green Buffaloes, and if it ends like this, what exactly does it mean?
For them, well, something at least. It gets them 3 points. It adds on to what they already have, and it will be some movement at least. They move from the 16th position. They will be out of the relegation zone. For Kitwe United, it will still be headache after headache. Still no win in the number of games that they've played, so a lot more homework for Kitwe United. They really need to get themselves out of this. They managed to keep clean sheets in their last 2 games against Zanaco and Napsa Stars, so them conceding now is really shaken them. It will be good to see how they get themselves out of this and how they manage to respond.
Good work there. Kitwe United come on looking for the equalizer to kind of just take the steam out of Green Buffaloes, and a lot of time to get that equalizer, but Buffaloes will be looking to increasing the tally. It's the right thing to do when you desperately need to win. But Kitwe United know just how much work they have to put in to get that equalizer. They don't look very bad when they are in possession of the ball, and they just need to work on some of those long passes. They're poorly measured sometimes. Now this is Charles Walia. He loses the ball in that challenge, and Monga eventually kicks the ball out for a throw-in. No man in there from Kitwe United. Who knows what could have happened with that free ball, as Buffaloes look for goal number 2, and the defense can't make any more mistakes. It's going to be a free kick.
It's Friday Samu, much as he wants to plead his innocence, and it is a foul on Boleka. Looks like Green Buffaloes are going to make that substitution, and it's going to be a player from the bench, and it's Leonard Mulenga, one of those who Green Buffaloes are welcoming back to the squad, and he will take up the place of Robert Musonda, who has had to exit due to injury. And it's more a like-for-like player, another midfield engine in Leonard Mulenga, one who loves to drive the ball. So really, Green Buffaloes just going for the like-for-like, and won't see much of a tactical change with regard to this substitution.
Throw in Green Buffaloes, leading by a 0-0. A Martin Piri strike that separates these two sides. Green Buffaloes not having the best of opening seasons. It's been more concern than anything. Goalkeeper maybe didn't measure that judgment well, but no damage done. Buffaloes played back. It's Captain Monga to the goalkeeper in Silwamba, who can't touch it and won't waste time with it either. Now Buffaloes can walk around with confidence. Kitwe United taking their time to close in. Good tackle that takes the ball out.
Yes, the captain Moses Lolozi, who's seemingly man-marking Friday Samu. So almost every time Friday Samu drifts wide, Lolozi is there. But then that leaves a pocket. You would think in front, with regards to the shield in front of Hafsan Chingambo, the goalkeeper for Kitwe United.
Monga
That's usually the challenge sometimes when you decide to man mark.
Lungu doing a lot of work up and down for Kitwe United. Handball from him. Having said that,
Looked like it was the upper part of the arm, though, the legal part of the arm. And you'd understand his disappointment.
well, he certainly does have a lot in that engine, in that chest, a lot of energy. Really trying to be everywhere on the pitch, aiding in defense and being present up front. Here comes the ball again. Nice header from the captain, but just needing to be lowered a little bit. Ball 2, and gets approval from his coach.
Again, it's a free kick. It's Jack Chirwa again, and looking out for Jirimba Monga, alone, uncontested at the far post, but it was just a little too high for him. Tried to jump as high as he could, but again, Weta Boleka lets Jirimba Monga rise uncontested, and Hafsan Chingambu still not impressed. Looks like set pieces are something Green Buffaloes have really, really worked on, because they look very organized when they're taking them.
Goalkeeper hesitated there. Well, Kitwe United knocking the ball around with confidence in that 18, and the yellow card here on the captain.
Yeah, Jirimba Monga unnecessarily rushing that particular challenge and coming through the back of the player. Looks like it was Evans Musonda who he came through, and acknowledges his mistake. Always good to see a player do that, but yeah, the captain unnecessarily was a part of the pitch that possessed no danger, you would say. And it's Wellington Chiwoni who he takes out, actually. Very, very unnecessary, and a very, very dangerous challenge from the captain.
It was a super complete miss of the ball.
And earlier, and Kingsley Mukuka drives down the byline and cuts that ball across goal. And Friday Samu trying to latch onto it. Weta Boleka, Hafsan Chingambu failing to hold that, and just a bit of butterfingers there from the Kitwe United goalkeeper.
Don't release very fast.
Imbisani defense yabo tayari na onfasani tena defense yabo babu tusheve speed wali kwa defense then ile bola ngachiwa jinga pe right kwa shooting no ile for the first half 3-0 come on Sani, come on.
Well, that's the belief that 2 goals can be produced to make it 3 before the break. So half-hour mark being said hello to as Kitwe United's restart. Monga takes no chances. Free kick.
I think it was reassuring to hear the technical bench urging its players not to release too quickly. So, of course, they've yielded to that advice. Of course, the Green Buffaloes players try and hold it a lot longer.
This is Green Buffaloes. Jack Chira very strong in that midfield this afternoon. And progress is good. The interchange of passes almost impeccable. Kitwe United having to deal with this chance again. And this is the long ball specialist. He loves to run, Edward Lungu. He hungers for a chase of the ball. And now, could this be the opportunity? No support, but there is Lungu. He's got a man to beat in Monga. He's in the box. Sells dummy. Penalty for the referee to buy. Doesn't happen. Not appealing enough.
Not convincing at all there from Edward Lungu. Looks like he was looking for something. Didn't do enough to warrant a second look from the referee.
It's Kitwe United looking for that equalizer. Green Buffaloes praying that nothing like that happens. In fact, knowing the need to score another one to just be a little bit more assured of some 3 points, which they badly need. And Green Buffaloes have been forced to make a change after that injury on Robert Musonda. No other changes yet.
Haven't seen enough from the Kitwe United attacking line, and well, you'd wonder what Coach Kofi is actually thinking and what's going through his mind so far. Other than the adventurous runs we've seen from Edward Lungu on the left side of the attack, there's been nothing much really.
Mistake which Kitwe United need to avoid. Now they come. There's Lungu as usual on this near side. Oh, that ball not just doing good job. Evans Musonda's strike, not the best.
He is one of those who has found the back of the net for Kitwe United in past games, but being forced to make an early substitution. It's Wellington Chiwoni, whose services will not be required anymore. Coach Kofi is at the 33rd minute not impressed by the striker. Looks like he's picked up a knock, a bit of a knock as well, and he will be replaced by Clive Vieta. 2 early substitutions, either team being forced to make injury-induced substitutions. So it's going to be interesting how they handle the remaining 2 that both of them are left with. 2 each, actually.
That's a strong, clean tackle, taking the ball with authority, but eventually it belongs to Green Buffaloes. Buffalo slowing things down. The hunger to get goal number 2 slightly going on ice.
Well, it might just be that they're opting for the patient breakdown of this Kitwe United resistance, because Kitwe United always play a very compact game. So I'm sure Green Buffaloes are just going for the patient mode of breaking them apart. They play the ball so nicely out of defense, do Kitwe United, but when it comes into the attacking third, yeah, that part of the pitch, then it's like they just get a brain freeze. And
after all that work, and it just looked promising, Lungu does a bad job, and Charles Walia is disappointed. Now Buffaloes can come perhaps to take advantage of their own opportunity, pushing forward. Floated into the 18. No one to receive it on this end. An effort from here is not a bad idea. Nothing wrong with trying from that angle.
It was a cross-come shot from Kingsley Mukuka, one of those which, with the right kind of deception, could creep past the goalkeeper. But looking for the slightest of touches from Martin Peary, didn't get those. And it was going to be a combination of the 2 former Power Dynamos players in Martin Peary and Kingsley Mukuka, who have since found a home in Lusaka.
Well, in my home in Lusaka are many rooms. So yes, finding comfort and contributing. 10 minutes left to go. It's Green Buffaloes enjoying a slender lead here at the Sunset Stadium. Goal courtesy of Martin Piri. Will there be more? Or will Kitwe United equalize? Well, they're struggling to do that. Not too many of nerve-wracking moments, it's got to be said. Yes, the goal and the save by Hafsun Chingambu and nothing else.
It's the game is being played at a very casual pace, you know, so you really wouldn't tell that Kitwe United are in a hurry of sorts to get back into this game, because they're not showing any purpose, and Green Buffaloes themselves not really looking eager to get that crucial second goal and put that cushion between them and Kitwe United. So I think both sides just going into safety mode, but a little too early for Green Buffaloes, you would think.
Very little action on Fred Silwamba, but Green Buffaloes keep on making sure that Chingambo is seen. Buffaloes will be praying they don't come to regret these chances which keep coming and going. It could have been 3-0 by now.
That pace, Franklin, doesn't show you any purpose, and it's Edward Lungu. He really has nothing going for him in front of the line, and just the numbers are not coming.
Lungu, he's got support in Walia, but again, not the best of combinations.
Almost all the passes that Kitwe United are playing to each other and they're attacking through it look like afterthoughts. It doesn't look convincing, it doesn't look deliberate, so it's really, really hard to see any purpose in their attack, Kitwe United.
Captain Monga, they know that 1-0 is a slender lead that can be cancelled at any time. But nothing yet happening to increase the tally. Katiba has got a man for company in Lungu. Now trying to draw Kitwe United out of their zone. And they build slowly. Green Buffaloes trying to make sure the system, the passing doesn't break. And they enter the final third. Headed out, and it's Edward Lungu again, makes a mistake. Throw in, it is.
Good high press from Jack Chira, just making sure the team in Green Buffaloes have a chance to get back into their defensive positions.
You gotta give credit to Kitwe United. It could have been worse by now.
It could have been, but in as much as you'd give credit to them, it just shows you that Green Buffaloes themselves are not being clinical.
Oh, Fred Silwamba can afford a little bit of a chest control. He must be bored.
He's trying to stay focused in this game. Yeah, chances of him being bored are very, very high. Hasn't been made to. He hasn't worked at all. He hasn't been asked to make a save so far in the 40 minutes of play that we have seen. So, just to keep his concentration levels high, I'm sure he will resort to getting a lot more touches on the ball when he gets the chance.
Throw in Green Buffaloes. They start a quick one. Looking for goal number 2. No openings for the captain to give the ball to. Only now does that happen. And Buffaloes opting to reverse, so to speak. But it's another free kick to them.
Still waiting to see that spark from Robin Siame. Always seems to be the life of the party when he's on the pitch. So haven't really seen that much from him just yet.
Not much, really, to be honest. He's enterprising, he's quick on his feet, he's the standout player many times, but today is just not one of them yet. Maybe thrives best when his team are in a lot of trouble.
Or maybe it actually speaks to the way Green Buffaloes are playing today, because most of the times when they use a lot of pace, then we see a lot of Robin Siame. But today they're going more for the patient build-up type, with Jack Chirwa being the initiator.
Lungu. Just when you think the Kitwe United side would take advantage, they just fizzle out.
And I said this earlier, Franklin, it looks like it's an afterthought. It doesn't look deliberate when they're passing those balls to each other. What are they trying to achieve? It just looks like, oh, maybe a teammate of mine is free, maybe let me try and pass the ball there. It has to be a system. It has to be deliberate.
It certainly does. Mukuka. Samu dispossesses Kitwe United with another chance to push forward, to do something before the break. 4 minutes remaining for that. I don't expect too much of added time. Very few incidences of stoppages. And the Buffaloes giving this visiting side a chance to push into this area. Lungu, a chance again. It's a scuffed shot. And Sirwamba will do anything to look busy.
Yeah, like we said, yes. And he actually has a smile on his face because he needs to keep himself active. And still no shot on goal from Kitwe United. And there'll be a lot of talking to during the halftime break from Coach Ernest Kofi. And it was Joe Simbua who was trying to at least get a shot on target.
It's the Green Buffaloes. The quest for goal number 2 continues. They are letting themselves down, it's got to be said. It's a passing game, yes, but progress is rather slow.
Another set-piece opportunity for Green Buffaloes to make something of, and it's Martin Peary who's fouled. Another chance for Jack Chirwa to just float in one of those delicate free kicks of his and try and pick out a Jilimba Monga or a Friday Samu. Those are most likely the obvious targets from a set-piece from Green Buffaloes.
Instructions and instructions. The ball is floated. Captain was offside. Right call by the first assistant. A minute left to wrap up the first 45 minutes. Kitwe United put themselves under pressure. They survive because referee blows in their favor.
Well, Evans Musonda there being charged down by Friday Samu, and it does get caught there, Musonda. Friday Samu just doesn't agree with the call from referee Nkole, but it was a foul. Evans Musonda back on his feet. Seems to be moving gingerly.
Two minutes to be added. Kitwe United pull a surprise to dampen the Green Buffaloes setup. Referee that he was indicating for the ball to be taken back where he thought it came out from.
I thought as much.
So the first half has had a goal, a near goal, and not too much else. Has there been?
Yeah, and it's good that the missed chance was by Martin Peary, who later redeemed himself not too long after missing that clear chance from the header of Chilimba Monga. But since then, doesn't look like Green Buffaloes haven't really done that much themselves. Seems to have been playing with a handbrake in the minutes since they scored.
The added time only remaining with about 30 seconds. Looks like the match might end with Green Buffaloes pursuing goal number 2. Not much pressure, and the referee gives a free kick to Green Buffaloes again, who will be very, very pleased going on the break with Green Buffaloes know that 1-0 is not comfortable. Will they score another one? There's only one way to find out.